Welcome to our look back at classes E and F for Superlap Scotland, powered by Rockstar Energy Drink, for rounds 3 and 4, which were held at Knockhill Racing Circuit. 1 reverse direction for round 3 and round 4 being normal direction. And as you can see, we were graced by some fabulous weather conditions, and by this time of the season you would expect the drivers to be getting the hang of reverse direction, pushing the envelope that little bit further and seeing just what the track was like with their Superlap Scotland car, and honing their setup and skill throughout the course of it. Marshall Wishart, a man who's come down from the Shetland Isles. We know Marshall pretty well, and he struggled the last time at reverse direction, had a bit of an off at the Arnold Clark chicane, but as you can see this time, well up to pace. Stevie McNabb, another guy who loves it, but then there's always people who unfortunately push a bit hard. Martin Brown there in his Subaru Impreza, almost coming to grief but getting away with a tricky off-camber moment at Clark Corner. A corner that's very easy to drag you in too quickly. And Steve McFarlane, he wasn't getting dragged in too quickly, he was absolutely flying in his Subaru, almost dropping a couple of wheels off, in fact dropping a couple of wheels off going through McInytres and up Duffus. As we make our way towards the final, F-Class final, Suzanne Buist was first out, and great to see Colin Duthie back as well in his Audi A3, the 3.2 car. Big Audi going round here. Colin, Disability Motorsport Scotland all the way. Martin Brown, also very fast, as was Neil Methven today. Neil Methven looking pretty racy, his car looking absolutely spot on as well. But F-Class was all about Marshall Wishart. He set a blinding lap time, a 101.444. 1.3 seconds faster than anybody else in F-Class throughout the course of the weekend. Marshall was on absolute form. A lot of homework has been done through the winter, and that car went through our big rebuild, and as you can see, the aero package on it working a treat at Knockhill Racing Circuit. Class E, the guys were running off as well. Jamie Gowdy was back down with his beautiful little MX-5, looked after on site by Paul Curtis throughout the course of the race weekend, and a couple of cars very close there as well. That's something that they have to watch in Superlap Scotland. Drivers can claim another runoff if they get held up. Big lock up in towards the hairpin, never going to do your tyres any good whatsoever. But the Renault Clios really are the car of choice when it comes to the E-Class, and Stevie McNabb finding his feet in his car, getting quicker and quicker. But then we always have the interloper. We've got James McInytre in his Subaru Impreza, gets right in amongst the Renault Clios and usually causes a fair bit of an upset. But Fraser Jameson was the man who was in form. Fraser Jameson done a 101.5 second lap around Knockhill, and really he's starting to stamp his authority over certain rounds in his E-Class Renault Clio. Local man from Glenrothes, done really well, caught up with Rory Butcher.
Yeah, there's a good group of Clios. We're all mates, so it's all a laugh, and we're all here to help each other. It doesn't get too competitive. We all help each other out, so it's good. It's good fun. It's good fun completing. And then you've got, as you say, you've got McLaren and the Subarus and that as well, who are there as well, and it changes about, you know. So it's a very competitive class. So.
Sunday, going normal direction on Knockhill Racing Circuit, and Neil Methven was the star for all the wrong reasons. Big lift through the left-hander into the gravel, and look, the car digs in, rolls over a couple of times, and unfortunately that Renault Clio, which was looking absolutely beautiful, now sits upside down. But look at this, got it back together for qualifying and got himself on track. Massive credit to the team, and you can see just how tricky the weather conditions became as well. Marshall Wishart having a big moment there. And really he did struggle a little bit with that rear-wheel drive power, but he wasn't the only one. Tricky track conditions as Ian Pittman comes through there with a bit of oversteer followed by a massive understeer, and Colin Duthie, as ever in the Disability Motorsport Scotland car, very smooth, very under control, and learning every time he gets in the car. Fraser Jameson, again all action as he was from the day before, and trust me, Neil Methven wasn't the only man to get caught out in these weather conditions. He was the only man who went upside down, but he wasn't the only man to get caught out in these tricky weather conditions. Jonathan Scrimmager in his Astra having a big lift-off oversteer moment going through the chicane, but he managed to gather that one back up. And you can see Stevie McNabb there almost starting to change his line through the twisty part of Knockhill, searching for that all-important little bit of grip. But Marshall Wishart showing that the Mazda RX-8 is the car of choice for F-Class. He was a happy man and went very, very well in qualifying. So on to the finals. As ever, we see the lovely Suzanne Buist out on track in her little Mini, making a lot of progress as we go along. And then we see Neil Methven. Well, it's not meant to look like that, folks, but it does after you have 2 or 3 rolls down at the bottom of Duffus Dip into McInytres. Thankfully, he did get it back out there, and really the Star of the Day award needs to go to him and his team for making sure that car was roadworthy again. Colin Duthie comes through in the Disability Motorsport Scotland car, but F-Class once again with a beautiful slide through the left-hander of Leslie Zare, Marshall Wishart. The man is on form. The boat trip down from Shetland obviously gives him plenty of time to try and plan his weekend. He executes it perfectly, and then he has a nice bit of partying time on the boat back up to the Shetlands for that all-important 14-hour trip home. But his 108.2 second lap in very tricky wet conditions shows that Marshall's making progress.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we did a lot of work over the winter. Of course, when you make these changes, then it takes a wee while to get it dialed back in again, and we had some unfortunate problems as well. But it worked out yesterday. Today was a really big learning curve, those steep learning curve. First time with the wet tyres on the car, and it was just a massive hill to climb. But we got there, and we managed to get it set up, and it just worked out.
Brilliant. Would you think you'll have a few beers tonight and celebrate with the guys?
I guess we probably will. I might save it till tomorrow night when we get on the boat. We got 14 hours on the ferry, so there's plenty of time to party then.
Fun.
As we move into Class E now, we see Jamie Gowdy in his Mazda MX-5. And that car's had a lot of work done it, and it's a very powerful little beast and quite tricky in these weather conditions, as Ian Pittman, who doesn't have his Subaru yet but is making progress in the Mini. Stuart Robertson, we saw him doing a massive lock-up yesterday, and look at him changing his line there, trying to find a little bit more grip going into turn 3, which is McInytres. Very important to try and find the grip in these conditions. The Astra of Jonathan Scrimmager goes through, and yesterday's winner, Fraser Jameson, struggling a little bit today on the Sunday, only good enough for 4th place. The Subaru of James McInytre, on the other hand, 3rd place today. And Stuart Buchan, the other Renault Clio in the armada of them, trying to get a win, but unable. Stevie McNabb, as we watch him coming into turn 3 McInytres here, really was in a class of his own. With a 106.2 second lap, Stevie was smiling from ear to ear, as he always is. Fabulous bit of driving in tricky conditions, and never, as you can see from his lap, put a foot wrong.
Awesome. So I can say, car's been amazing all day. First out this morning, personal best, in the warm-up, and just got better and better.